In this video, I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about cash ISAs alongside whether or not they are actually worth it. But first of all, let's break down exactly what a cash ISA is. So when it comes to it, ISA stands for Individual Savings Account, and cash is what we're going to be putting inside it. There are other types of ISAs like stocks and shares ISAs, lifetime ISAs, and junior ISAs. But when it comes to the cash ISA, you can only hold cash deposits inside it. Think of it very similar to a regular savings account, but with one key difference, and I would say a big advantage, which is that any money that you make within it, so interest, is going to be completely tax-free. In terms of who created these, an ISA was created by the UK government, and every year they set a limit on how much you can save into it. For this current tax year, that limit is £20,000, and you can either put it into one cash ISA in total, or you can actually split it between the different types of ISAs, but regardless, all of the interest that you earn is completely tax-free. In terms of how they work, it's very straightforward. First, you need to open a cash ISA with a provider. These days, most banks do offer some form of ISA, and even investing apps like Trading 212 are now starting to get involved as well. However, it's really important that you do your research on who is offering the best deal in terms of interest, as that can change constantly throughout the months. Of course, it should go without saying, the more interest a provider is offering, the better return you're going to get on your money. And you'll also find that there are different types of cash ISAs. For the most part, you'll see things such as easy access ISAs, which basically means that you can access your money at any time. But you'll also see fixed term deals as well, where you might have to lock your money away for a couple of years or even longer for exchange for a higher interest rate. However, one thing to note is that a higher interest rate isn't always going to be the case. So once again, it's really important that you do your research. What I've done is put a list of the providers with the best rates on screen at the time of recording this video, and this should really give you a good idea on who's really competitive with their interest rates. Now, once you've signed up to your ISA provider, from here, it's as simple as basically depositing your money, leaving it there, and watching it grow at the given interest rate that you've got. I'll give you a quick example on how everything works. Let's say you deposited £10,000 into a fixed 1-year cash ISA, and let's say that it offered a yearly interest rate of 4%, and when the 12 months are up, your ISA account value will now be at £10,400, because that's the £400 interest you would have earned on your initial saving. And remember, it's all tax-free with zero risk. Now, I know what you're thinking, this may sound like a good deal, but the real question here is, are they actually worth it? And for me, it really depends on your goals. You see, if your aim is to save with little to no risk at all, then the cash ISA might be great for you. It's safe, secure, and it offers a guaranteed return. But here's the thing, realistically, the returns usually aren't that high. You see, with the UK's inflation rate often outpacing interest rates you can get within your ISA, despite earning that extra cash, the value of your money could still be decreasing over time. So whilst it is tax-free, its real growth can actually be quite limited. And I think the argument also gets worse when we compare a cash ISA to a stocks and shares ISA, which lets you invest into things such as stocks, bonds, and other assets. And whilst this route does come with a higher element of risk, it also offers the potential for much higher returns. Also, historically, investments into the stock market have actually outperformed savings accounts over the long term. But of course, once again, the catch here is that there is an element of risk when it comes to losing your money, and you're never going to know exactly how much you can potentially earn, which could also make it quite exciting as well. So when it comes to answering the question, is a cash ISA worth it? If you're looking for security and easy access to your money, it could make sense, especially if you're saving for short-term goals or an emergency fund, let's say. But let's say you wanted to build wealth over the long term, then you might want to consider investing instead. But realistically, it is completely down to you. But other than that, I hope you found this video useful. Drop a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.